Welcome to Storybook Crochet. I'm Heather, and today I'll be guiding you through the creation of the beautiful tweed crochet stitch. This versatile stitch transforms into a lovely tweed pattern when you use different colors for each row. For this tutorial, I'll be using a worsted weight number 4 yarn in pink and green, along with a US size H hook. You will also need to grab a pair of scissors and a yarn needle to weave in your ends. So let's gather your supplies and we will get started. Alright, to start our tweed stitch, we're going to start by making a slip knot, and then you'll need to chain an even number of stitches. I'll also provide a chart with various blanket measurements if you would like to transform the stitch into a completed project. Alright, now that you have your even number of chains made, we're going to start row 1. So to do row 1, we're going to start in the second chain from the hook. So this is 1, and we're going to start in this second chain here. We're going to insert our hook and make a single crochet. So insert your hook into that first or that second chain there, yarn over, pull through your yarn, and then yarn over and pull through both loops. So we made our first single crochet of row 1. After this, we're going to repeat the pattern of chaining 1. We're going to skip the next chain, so we won't work in that at all, and then we're going to single crochet in the next one. So we started out with 1 single crochet, chain, skip that stitch, and then single crochet. And you're just going to repeat that pattern across. So chain 1, skip the next stitch, and then make a single crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, make a single crochet. So you're just going to repeat that across until the very end. Your last stitch should end in a single crochet, and then I'll show you how to change to your next color so we can create that tweed pattern. Alright, so before we move on to row number 2, we need to change to our second color. So before you finish off that last stitch, you're going to pull out your loop there to where you have the 2 loops on your hook. Okay, and then you're going to go ahead and cut a little bit shorter of a tail, enough to weave in at the end. You're going to grab your second color, and then you're going to take your hook and just pull that through, and that attaches your second color. Once you have that pulled through, you're just going to chain 1, and then you're going to turn your piece over. So for row number 2, we're going to start out by making a single crochet in this first stitch here, the same one that your chain is attached to. So go ahead and make a single crochet in that first stitch there. And then we're going to go ahead and single crochet in our first chain space. So you made that last chain, go ahead and insert your hook in underneath that chain and make another single crochet. Alright, so row 2 will always start out with 2 single crochets in a row, and then after that you'll start your repeat pattern of chain 1, skip the next single crochet, and then you're going to make a single crochet in that next chain 1 space. Alright, so then you'll just repeat that across. So 1 chain, and then single crochet in the next chain space. 1 chain, single crochet in the next chain space. So you'll just repeat this across until you get to your last single crochet, and then you'll have 1 more single crochet left at the end of the row. So you'll have 2 single crochets again at the very end, just like you have at the very beginning of row 2. Alright, so I'm at the very end here. I've made that last single crochet in that chain space, so now I'm going to single crochet in this last stitch here, but I'm not going to complete the single crochet. I'm just going to leave my 2 loops on my hook here, cut my yarn, and then grab the first color that I used. Now you can use more than 2 colors in this. I think that would look really nice if you used multiple colors. You could definitely do like an ombre pattern or just a really fun holiday patterns with different colors like that. Okay, so we've attached our yarn and we chain 1, and then we turn our piece over. Alright, so for row 3, you're going to single crochet in that first stitch there. Okay, and at this point you're going to start your pattern of chain 1, skip the single crochet, and then make your next single crochet in the chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. So you'll just repeat that across, and for this one you will end with 1 single crochet at the end. Alright, I'm at the end. I have made my chain 1. I'm going to single crochet in this last stitch here, but I'm not going to finish that off. I'll cut my tail and I will add my next color. Pull that through and chain 1. Okay, and then we'll turn it over. So at this point you're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3. I'll show you each one more time, and then I will put up on the screen a chart that shows row 2 and 3, so you can just repeat that over and over until you have your blanket made. So again, for row 2 we're going to start with 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in that first chain 1 space there. Then we'll start our repeat pattern of chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next chain space. So you'll just repeat that across again. At the end, you will end with 2 single crochets in a row. Alright, so I've made a single crochet in that last chain 1 space, and I'm going to make my last single crochet in that last stitch there, and then I will attach my next color. And next we will just repeat row number 3 again. So we'll turn our piece over, single crochet in that very first stitch there, and then you'll start your repeat pattern. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And then you will just end with 1 single crochet at the end of this row. And that is how you create the tweed stitch. I'd love to hear about the colors you chose for your project. Share them in the comments below. If you're interested in more crochet stitch tutorials, check out my new playlist where I'll be adding a new stitch every week. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any updates. Thank you for crocheting with me today, and I can't wait to see you in the next tutorial.